Hircine. Sounds familiar too.
Hircine, known as the Huntman, Lord of the Hunt, Master of Beasts,
Dirty motherfucker up on that island. Can't stand that motherfucker.
and the Master of the Chase, is a Daedric prince whose sphere is the hunt, the sport of Daedra, the greatest game, and the chase and sacrifice of mortal. His realm is in Oblivion is called the Hunting Ground, an endless forest where the prince and his huntsmen hunt great beasts, people, and even other Daedra. Hircine is typically portrayed as a great spear, pictured with a great spear in either the head or skull of an elk.
Yep.
The latter of which Khajiit myths say belong to Ymhir's champion, the great Grot elk.
If I remember right, you had to fight him 3 times. Once as a wolf, a bear, and then a deer.
Yeah.
If I remember, I never got to the boss battle because, believe me, guys, Morrowind, if you didn't have a strategy guide, you didn't know what the fuck was going on.
You were fucked, basically.
Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Hircine is one of...
I can tell you, like, the perfect example. So, in the main quest, you have to go to this Dwemer ruins outside of this town, Balmora, I think that's what it's called. Like, it's like one of the main hubs you visit at the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And you go to this little town, and then you go to this ruins, you open up the place, and you got to find this Dwemer cube that's supposed to help you decipher something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I shit you not. I go into this fucking ruins. Like after I finally find it, because they tell me it's right before the fucking Imperial garrison up on the fucking mountain. I get past the garrison. Like,
see, there was also not so many of those location markers either, like there was in Skyrim. You didn't have that shit in Morrowind.
You didn't have like a marker that would tell you how just to follow this little beacon.
You actually had to listen to the directions that people gave you.
So I go into the Dwemer ruins, right? And I kid you not, I go into the fucking bowels of this fucking place, like the deepest, and I can't find this shit anywhere. And like I'm looking everywhere for it, like, and I just kept getting deeper. Like this place was massive. I just kept getting deeper. And once I hit the fucking like lava area, like this is fucking, I'm in hell. I went back because I was fucking done. And like I just did other missions and stuff. I never did the main quest. And then I got the strategy guide one day.
Yeah.
My cousin just randomly bought it somewhere, and it was the whole Game of the Year edition version too. I go to the quest again, right? I read it. I shit you not. It says it's on the table to your left, right at the gate when you first go in. I go in and it's like, and it's sitting right fucking there.
After you went down to the bowels of hell.
Depths of hell. And that bitch was like fucking like right at the beginning of the fucking ruins. I fucking lost my shit. I fought so much random shit in there.
Yeah.
Fucking Dwemer ghosts and their fucking little soldier robot bullshit.
Anybody that's played Skyrim, you know nothing about the Dwemer ruins in Morrowind.
The drummer horrors in Morrowind.
Good God. Massively annoying. Massive.
So were fucking status effects. Because I didn't know how to heal stuff like back then.
Yeah.
So it would just fucking be red marks all over my fucking status.
Yeah.
I'd be like over encumbered because my stress went down to 0 for some reason. And I wouldn't know how to heal it.
People that play only Skyrim.
So it would look like I would just have like a disease for the rest of my life in the game.
Oh, you could get diseases easy. Remember?
Yeah, I was like, fuck.
Mostly if like one of the vampires bit you or something like that in one of those tombs, just randomly.
The vampirism is the worst.
Yeah.
Because there's nowhere else you can't leave. Like you can't like go back and like they know you're like they just start like the guards started going right after you.
Yeah.
And like they don't do that in Skyrim. Like they're like, you something weird about you, but I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
In that one, like they're like, that's a motherfucking vampire right there.
And they automatically attack.
And like so all the towns were closed. If you would like you could play the vampire missions in that game, but like they just cut you off from the entire game after that.
Yes.
Like you couldn't go to a town, you couldn't go into other quests. You just had to
you had to find a way to heal yourself.
You could do like the whole vampire quest. And then you go back to reverting into human, but I never wanted to do that fucking sub quest anymore.
Yeah, no, it was annoying.
Because you had to fucking walk everywhere because you couldn't teleport.
And the worst fucking disease was rock joint. Hated that shit.
Oh yeah,
rock joint move at all. Like you're moving like extremely like as slow as you move in Skyrim. Whenever you have like encumbrance and stuff, take another like 1/10 of that speed away completely. Where you're just at that the 10th of that speed. It's like just slow motion. You can't fight. You can't do shit. All because of that fucking rock joint disease.
So if I get Morrowind again, I have to get the strategy guide.
I know you're gonna have to.
I'll try on my own, but you know when you can't, you can't.
All right, Hircine is one of the more widely worshipped Daedric princes in Tamriel, despite never actively seeking worship or reverence. His appeal lies in his fear, which encompasses the thrill of the hunt, though this can be taken to extremes. His advocacy for sportsmanship is another lure, as the law of fair hunt, which he holds to, prohibits cheating prey, referred to as the hare, out of genuine chance at escape. He admires the hare that overcomes whatever is thrown against him, no matter the odds. For example, one who turns the game on its head by hunting the hunters who may earn the prince's respect. Finally, he is straightforward in his desires. He often seeks people out, tests them, and rewards those who are able to prove themselves worthy with a boon. As the progenitor of Lycopanthe, God, if I can even...
So that's the motherfucker that made it, okay.
Yes. Hircine is recognized as the father of man-beasts.
I know I saw Werebear once in Merwin, but no one believes me because I don't think they were supposed to be in the game.
Yeah, they are. They're in.
Are they?
Yeah, they're in.
So I think I jumped by one of those motherfuckers one time.
They're in Solstheim. There's an entire pack of them.
Okay, just making sure.
He serves as the guardian of wary creatures, which are often referred to as his children. The condition is called Hircine's gift by those who view it as a blessing, and Hircine's curse to those who consider it an abomination. Hircine is quite prideful of Lycopanthe and resents those that receive it willingly but have come to regret it. He's known to have ingrates slain to rid them of their misery, regardless of whether they worship him or not. Hircine will typically claim the souls of skin shifters, and they will spend eternity in the hunting grounds. The demi-prince Dirola is Hircine's daughter. There is a belief that Hircine is allied with Mehrunes Dagon, though Lyranth the Foot Killer claims that there is no such agreement that exists. It would be obscure outside their own circle. Hircine has Daedra lords that manage some of his subspheres and report to him, such as the Lord of Fishing. He may also be associated with the Daedric Lord Hallowjack. Ilborm is an enemy to Hircine, so he doesn't like him. Hircine Summoning Day is the 5th of mid-year. Then we have next up is Ithelia, known as the Prince of Paths, the mistress of the untraveled road, the unseen, the fate changer, the dark reflection, the last tomorrow. And she who saw and wept is the Daedric Prince of Paths. It is said that prisoners exist by her will.
Gee, the fucking guards would dispute that with you when they fucking arrest you for nothing.
She supposedly has the ability to shape destiny, alter fate, and rearrange its strands according to her whim. Considering this power a threat to the order of the universe, Hermaeus Mora erased all traces of her memory from existence in order to preserve reality.
Wow.
So Hermaeus Mora destroyed her.
When mood for him? You can't control fate, and he just fucking destroys her.
You can't control the way he speaks.
Shut up, pass!
That's kind of how he sounds when he talks. It's almost like Gandalf.
Remember that scene in the original Lord of the Rings where Saruman had him, right?
Yeah.
So they had just had fucking Ian McKellen just spit it in a fucking circle. He's like, they do that shit.
Without his leg up?
Yeah, it's just CG, like no CGI. He's like, God damn. That shit seems so fucking disrespectful. Now looking back at it, like, God, they got this motherfucker spitting in a circle.
Ithelia left behind her loyal servant, Torvasard, as a contingency plan for her absence. As of the Second Era 582, she was known to the academic community. The next one we have up is Jyggalag. You remember Jyggalag, don't you?
Yeah, he's the ruler of the Giggolos.
The Juggalos?
Oh, yeah, what did I say? The Giggolos?
The Juggalos?
Yeah, the Juggalos.
Well, I guess if he was a Giggalo, you know.
I actually didn't mean the Juggalos, but I said Giggolos by accident.
The Jyggalag, the Prince of Order, is the Daedric Prince whose sphere represents logical order and deduction.
Yeah, just like a Juggalo. Logical order.
His great library once contained a logical prediction of every detail in the world and every action that would ever take place on Mundus or Oblivion, long before they actually happened.
That's boring.
He was cursed in antiquity to become the Prince of Madness, Sheogorath.
Oh, wait, so he
is Sheogorath.
Okay.
After the events of the last Grey March, Sheogorath and Jyggalag are no longer the same Daedric Prince. However, they are still connected in other ways. It is said that the Daedra fear wisdom and order, and for his similarities to Jyggalag's principles, they feared Siltha Sil above all others. Apostles of Silthasil noted that of all the Daedra, only the Grey Prince of Order knew his nature, and went mad in the knowing. Though many Ada have ambitions, they learnt their lesson from banishment and intend to keep them within their own spheres, lest they suffer the same fate as Jyggalag. Jyggalag commands his own Daedra, the Knights of Order, which are spawned from obelisks summoned by his followers, the priests of Order. Together, they constitute the forces of Order. He is viewed as stern, bleak, and colorless, with him and his soldiers lacking originality.
Boring.
Yes. But he was Sheogorath, basically in the second era, I think. So in Morrowind, they were the same prince. Basically, they drove Jyggalag to become mad, and he became Sheogorath.
That's wild.
The Prince of Madness.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Malacath, the Daedric Prince of Lies, Deception, and Hypocrisy. The god of curses, Daedric Prince of the Bloody Oath, Lord of Ashenbone, Lord of Monsters, Oathbreaker, Creator of Curses, He who speaks sideways, the Furious One, the Keeper of the Bloody Curse, and the Defender of the Betrayed. Also known as Malog.
Just imagine now, like him saying it sideways, his head sideways, he's talking. Like Rick Grimes from fucking Walking Dead.
He's known as Malog to the orcs. Orke in Nordic tradition, Orka to the Khajiit, Maluk to the giant goblins and red guards, Malak to the Dunmer, and Maluk, the blue god.
Wait, are there orcs in
Yeah.
Tamriel?
You don't remember the orcs?
Shit, no.
Remember, you have the orcish weapons.
Oh yeah, there is
In Skyrim, yeah.
the green ones.
Yeah.
Damn, I completely
forgot about them, didn't you?
like entirely. It just doesn't seem like it's something that, because it's such a generic fantasy character.
Yeah.
I didn't imagine them to be. I completely forgot about the orcs. They also have those fucking bases, like the strongholds.
Yeah.
In
The orcish strongholds.
Yeah.
So you completely forgot about just completely erasing that race.
Yeah, like completely from my head.
He's basically as a Daedric prince whose sphere is the patronage of the spurned and ostracized, and keeper of the sworn oath and the bloody curse, as well as conflict, battle, broken promises, and anguish. Malacath has been described as a weak but vengeful Daedra by some, and he fittingly, given his sphere, is allegedly not recognized as a Daedra lord by his peers. However, Azura considers him among the powerful princes, as he was the one of the 8 to sign the Cold Harbor Compact. The prince rules over a realm in Oblivion known as the Ash Pit, and he counts the oversized but dull-witted Ogrim as his servants. Malacath was created whenever Boethia ate the Aldmeri ancestor spirit Trinamak, although Malacath himself says that this tale is far too literal-minded. Additionally, Trinamak's most devoted elven followers were transformed into the Osmer. That's what they're considered as in Morrowind, is the Osmer. Not the orcs, but the Osmer.
Okay, that's why it wasn't, yeah.
Yeah. The pariah folk in Aldmeris, or
that motherfucker Umber in Morrowind. I never died in battle, but if I can find someone, have you ever fought him?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's the most powerful. He seemed like the most powerful character in the game, but like he wants to die in battle. He doesn't want to just die of old age.
Yeah.
So you fight him, he beats the shit out of you.
Yes. Well, the Black Knight, I think, is the most powerful one.
In Morrowind?
Oh, I was thinking in Elder Scrolls.
General?
Yeah.
I knew how powerful he was when he fucking hit me once, and I fucking buckled. I was like, when you drop to your knees, like I'm like, it's gonna be a long fight.
You better know this cheat code.
And you get right back up, and he fucking buckles you again.
However, some orcs cling to the belief that Trinamak still exists, and Malacath is a separate entity. Goblin kind worships the blue god, whom they venerate with sacred idols of Malacath painted blue. You remember what the goblins were, right? In Skyrim? Those little things that were... You didn't play Solstheim very much.
A little bit.
They were the one, like in Solstheim, where they're little itty-bitty goblins.
Aren't they like in Merwin too, but they're blue?
Yeah, they're the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Malacath is considered the first of the 4 corners of the House of Troubles in Morrowind. Though other sources say he is an ally of Mephala and an enemy of Oberon.
Fucking House of Troubles, I remember them. It was Dagathar's house, I think.
Some consider him an enemy of Ebenarm. His summoning day is the 8th of Frostfall. Trollfat is consistently used as an element in rituals intended to summon Malacath. Next up we have Mehrunes Dagon, the exalted and most puissant lord. Gerent of Dagon, also the Blight Daedra Lord, Lord of Change, Prince of Ambition, Prince of Disaster and Destruction, Master of Razors, Sovereign of Destruction, the Flame Tyrant, the Father of Cataclysm, the Golden Flame, the Flame Father, the Prince of Being Defeated, and the Mare Pride's End. He's the Daedric Prince of Darkness and Destruction. He's the one that is in Oblivion. The guy with the multiple arms and stuff like that at the end. Whose sphere encompasses...
He's the one that attacked, was that Tamriel? What was the country in Oblivion?
Tamriel.
Okay, he was the one that went to war?
Yeah.
Any reason why, or he just lost
well, Tamriel's the continent, and then...
Cyrodiil?
Cyrodiil, yeah, was the actual country within...
because the king died, so it broke the bond that held him back.
With the time dragon. What is the god's name? The dragon god, though.
Larry Bowen?
No. But yeah, it's the one that basically allowed that Mehrunes Dagon to come into the world.
It was like, guess who's back?
I'm back again.
And he just immediately fucking invaded. Like the second he heard the dude, he's dead. He could get on that.
Yep. Whose sphere encompasses destruction, change, revolution, energy, and ambition. The Lord of Fire and Blood is associated with natural disasters like fires and earthquakes. Flash floods, thunderstorms, and other natural disasters have been linked to communications between him and his cultists. The prince is also said to be the author of the Mysterium Xarxes, which is a book that you find in Tamriel.
I'm all about books.
Mehrunes Dagon has an insatiable hunger for destruction. Zivele Moath and Phaedra Shardai are Dagon's adoptive children. There is a belief that Mehrunes Dagon is allied with Hircine, though Lyranth the Fool Killer claims that there's no such arrangement that exists. It would be obscure outside of their own circle. Enemies of the Prince of Destruction include Ibranarm, Akatosh, and Malog Ball, with whom Dagon shares a bitter rivalry. The two have been known to meddle in each other's schemes whenever the opportunity arises. It is also rumored that the prince hates Nocturnal.
Hates Nocturnal?
Yeah, you remember Nocturnal? The Daedric prince that the Thieves Guild worships.
Oh, the chick? Is it a chick?
Yeah. Yep. Dagon's protonymic is Legolag, and his neonymic, and I am not going to pronounce this, so I'll just post the words above here whenever this goes on to YouTube, because I'm not going to fuck up that name.
What is it? Is it bad?
Oh, no, you pronounce that shit.
Which one?
It's the second line of bold lettering.
Damn. Let me see here. Jyggalag. Dahib Effin Hassan fan. Yeah, I fucked that up.
Don't you?
First of all, it's Jyggalag.
Jyggalag?
That's basically what I just said in the first one, which I'm pretty sure is what he was trying to say on purpose.
That's hilarious.
If I knew what fucking language it was supposed to be, like in the fucking terms of our fucking planet,
right?
I could at least figure it out.
Jyggalag?
Like, is it Latin? Is it fucking Arabic? You know, like, give us a frame of reference. But some people just like to mash words together that make no fucking sense.
That's kind of what that looks like. The Princess Summoning Day coincides with the Warriors Festival, the 20th of Sun Disk. Next up is Mephala. Mephala is a Daedric prince whose association with murder, lies, deception, sex, and secrets is always weaving a web of intrigue and terror.
Also called Hannibal Lecter.
Though it is
would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. You see that movie? My God, I'd love you so hard. I can't believe he's the fucking same guy that plays the police chief in Monk. The guy that played Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
I was like, is that fucking, I forgot what his fucking name was in Monk.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe it.
Same character.
I was the same actor. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
All right. Though it is stated that her sphere is obscured to mortals, Mephala is known as the web spinner, plot weaver, androgyne, the spinner, and the spider, the teacher of the secret arts, the queen of the 8 shadows of murder, the silver spider, the spider god, the dark one, the whispering lady, the lady of whispers, and the queen of oblivion. Mephala is the one that in Skyrim where the kid he goes and listens to that door, where it speaks to him through the door, but you get that long sword where if you kill a comrade, it gains power.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah. She is also referred to as the Princess of Secrets, and she who weaves the sordid web of human affairs. Long, thin, silver hair is a trait associated with Mephala's champions. Mephala interferes in the affairs of mortals for her own amusement, and does nothing without purpose. Mephala thinks of the affairs of mortals as a weave, pull but one thread and the whole thing unravels. To her, the web of Orbis, Orbis, is an interconnected system of action and consequence, and she spins new threads to influence outcomes. In an essay analyzing the Daedric Prince, Devaeth Fear posits that Mephala likely doesn't see mortals as mere playthings, unlike some of her fellow princes do. Like, she's actually trying to interfere because she wants to interfere instead of just on a whim, like the rest of the Daedric princes, just to fuck shit up.
Like, it's a Saturday, and there's no football on today. Let's go fuck some people's lives up.
The web spinner deals in secrets and hidden lore. She and her worshippers value secrets and mysteries above all else. Those who stumble upon one of Mephala's shrines or a place where an artifact of hers is hidden may find Mephala whispering forbidden secrets in their ears. Hermaeus Mora, the demon of knowledge, is sometimes referred to as Mephala's sibling. Hermaeus Mora collects knowledge of all sorts, but Mephala cares only about knowledge that is obscure and undisclosed. Not only is she secretive, Mephala also cares very little for the safety and well-being of mortals. The spider takes great pleasure in strife. A ruined marriage, two peaceful factions erupting into bloody warfare over falsified evidence of treachery. She finds all of these things amusing.
So she runs a freaking Jerry Springer-esque realm.
Mephala is purported one of the strongest of the recognized spirits that emerged soon after Akatosh, that's who I was thinking of, the dragon god Akatosh, formed time and began. Mephala's enemies include Ebenarm, so nobody likes Ebenarm at this point, and Periite. Remember, Periite's the one of diseases.
Wow.
She was also allied with Malacath at one point prior to the warp in the west. The ancient Khajiit considered her an ally to Azura, Boethra, and Lorkhok.
I remember reading a book in Skyrim talking about that other continent outside of Tamriel. And I don't know if it was like they were hinting on what the new races were going to be, but they had some weird ones like lions and
the dragon people or snake people.
The snake ones too, yeah. And I was like, oh, they're trying to hint at like maybe making some new races in the game.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll wait and see. What I guess in my head is like, if they go to, let's say that was like they've said it like 1,000 years in the future, the continents went to war, and then eventually they made a peace. That's how the two races now,
you get both continents people
intermingling.
Yeah,
that way there's no like actual conflict, like because if it's just like if you got to pick one race and now you're at this fucking continent and you can't move the other one without getting attacked, would make no sense.
Yeah,
that's why I see them. Or like maybe Tamriel conquers this new place, and like they set up a huge like bunch of cities there. So like all these people are now like we're on the new continent, or maybe they come and conquer some of Tamriel.
I think that it would be the other way, where the people come and conquered parts of Tamriel,
and like we just play whatever country they conquered.
Yeah,
and like it's been a few years now, so there's a peace and all this. Because I know they were at war in Skyrim with the High Elves.
Yes.
And that war was not going in the Imperial favor.
No.
If I remember correctly.
No, not
so we don't know what happened. Plus, with the Civil War in Skyrim, that just depleted the resources of the Empire.
Yes.
And
that's why whenever, like, morally, who would you choose between the Nords or the Imperials? You go with the Imperials because then it ends the war quickly, and then you can focus all your attention on
the actual enemy.
Yeah.
The freaking High Elves.
Was it the Aldmer?
I don't remember what they were called, but
I think I can't remember the exact name of them. It's been a long time.
They were powerful.
All right, next prince that we have is Meridia. You remember Meridia?
Oh, well, that was that chick that with the orb.
Yes, the one that nobody wanted to find.
Yeah, you never want that. Once your second place, you're like, please don't let me find that orb right now. And then like whatever level, like it had a specific level lock. So
20.
Well, yeah, once you got that level, like there it is. No matter what the fuck.
Any chest that you open.
Like it would eventually just pop up one day.
And you, what was it?
You're just like, fuck.
Mortal, you have found my
beacon. You get fucking says 600 miles into the fucking sky.
Yeah. Meridia's beacon is what it's called. Yeah. All right. So Meridia, Lady of Infinite Energies, the Bright Lady, the strict but fair arbiter of inner luminance, the Sunfire, the Radiant One, the Keeper, the Lady of Light, the Red Star, the Harbinger of Dawn, a goddess who holds Mirror of the Lie, And the Prince of Life is the Daedric Prince of Life and Light, associated with the energies of living things. Though it is stated that her sphere is obscured to mortals, the sunburst is her symbol. She has a great and everlasting hatred for the undead and will greatly reward any who eliminate them from the world. And she really did hate the fucking dead in Skyrim. With fervor, she reveals purity within chaos, aiming to abolish false life so that Mundus may be reforged with the fire of a new light. As such, Meridia has a reputation for benevolence and one of the few Daedric princes who is considered not wholly to be evil. Her day of summoning is the 13th Morning Star. In spite of this, she is referred to as the Glister Witch or the Lady of Greed by those who view her less favorably. With a habit of collecting live human specimens to satiate said greed, to her enemies, Meridia is known for her violent loathing of disorder, as well as her obsessiveness, self-righteousness, irrational anger towards entities that seem impure, and hatred of mortal free will and defiance. She believes that free will should be surrendered to passion. Destiny is fulfilled for the vessel. As with most princes, Meridia sees mortals as assets primarily for use by her as means to an end. Meridia can bestow upon mortals immortality at the cost of their free will, becoming those known as the purified, slaves to her command, cleansed of disease, death, and free will. People who join the ranks of the purified are both those that willingly pledge to serve Meridia and the unwilling, such as those that defy her. Meridia also granted immortality to her champion, Umaril the Unfettered, and the ancient Aelid enemy of Pelinal Whitestrake. Her Aurorans and Umaril returned during the time of the Oblivion Crisis to seek vengeance on the Divines. Her sphere of energy and life often brings her into conflict with many of the other princes of Oblivion. She most notable examples of this include the feuds that she has in an internal battle with the Daedric Prince of Domination, Malog Ball. She can't stand this person because he created the vampires.
How?
During the waning days of the Aelid Empire, Meridia would be responsible for the destruction of Mola Gabal worshipping, Aelid city of Abigarlos, commanding her knights in the Meridia worshipping Aelid city of Diladil to invade after discovering a great and terrible weapon known as the Mortum Vivictus was gifted to Abigarlos by the Lord of Domination himself. Those are all a bunch of long words. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This feud would continue well into the Second Era, where Meridia's assistance was instrumental in stopping Malog Ball's plane meld whenever he tried to merge them during, was it the Elder Scrolls Online? Like one of the first things where he tried to merge the two worlds into one.
All I remember from that was when they used to have those weird circles in the sky.
Yeah,
and like he used to just those big ass anchors would drop down, almost smash it. One of them almost smashed my fucking skull.
Yeah,
they should have landed right next to me.
Yep, that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
The denizens of Malog Ball's realm of Cold Harbor refer to Meridia as the Shining Bitch.
Damn. Tell me how you really feel.
That her worshippers are often locked away and tortured within the lightless Obolit. Her other notable enemies include Nocturnal, who once invaded Meridia's realm in her quest to rewrite reality, and Eberarm, the god of war who dislikes most Daedric princes. Next one up we have is Malog Ball. He is a Daedric prince whose sphere is the domination and enslavement of mortals. His ultimate desire is to harvest the souls of all mortals, bringing them within his sway by spreading seeds of strife and discord in the mortal realms. To this end, he obsessively collects soul gems, and even dragged pieces of Nirn into his realm to satisfy his insatiable desire for conquest. The more souls he collects, the more he wants. Malog Ball values patience and cunning. He often deceives those he deals with, and has no trouble waiting exceedingly long periods of time for his plans to come to fruition. He also takes great pleasure in the suffering of mortals, and often has them tortured for his amusement.
Oh, Jesus.
Those who fall into his clutches are forced to labor ceaselessly for his benefit. The prince has a penchant for necromancy, often employing the use of the risen dead, and forcing his followers to serve beyond the grave.
The prince also has a penchant for necrophilia.
Yes. He is capable of preserving live mortals far beyond the normal lifespan and prolong their suffering. Malog Ball is acknowledged as the father of several children, though it is unclear what those relationships mean to him. His son, Ozazakar, who is the Daedric Titan. He also has a daughter named Malog Grunda, and a winged twilight who took the lowly frost Akronach Nomek Gwei as her consort. Malog Bol did not approve of the relationship and had them both banished to oblivion so that he could punish them for eternity. A persistent legend about Haemon Cameron claims that he is a progeny of Malog Bol and Breton woman. So he claims to be the child of the two. Malog Bol's enemy include Ebenarm, Boethia, Meridia, Lamebol, and Arche. Arche is the god of like funerals and stuff like that. How you always find the priests of Arche in Skyrim, where they tend to the dead and the crypts and stuff like that. He was at one point allied with Azura. His summoning day is during Sheila, on the 20th of Evening Star. He appears before his cultists in the guise of a mortal whenever invoked on these dates. Then we have Namira. She's one of the most disgusting ones. Namira is a Daedric prince whose sphere is the ancient darkness. She is also known as the Daedric Prince of Hunger, the Mistress of Decay, the Lady of Decay, the Spirit Daedra, and the Goddess of the Dark. Namira is the ruler of sundry dark and spirity shadows, and is often associated with slugs, spiders, and other things that inspire mortals with instinctive revulsion. The symbol of her of a bat is featured on her emblem. The Khajiit believe that all creatures who feed on rotten flesh are her spies. She is the Daedric Prince of spirits and shadows, as well as a patron of vermin and squalor. Namiria also appears as to be associated with beggars and the beggaring gifts of disease, pity, and disregard. Namiria and her shadow endeavors are often recognized to bear some association with eternity. Somewhat in line with this, the Khajiit believe that she is a spirit of infinite realms. Namiria sees herself as an outright ruler of all spirits. In some cultures, creation stories, she is responsible for corrupting Lorkhan, or making a deal with him during his endeavor to create Mundus. Mortals who become ensnared by this spirit are tortured until they forget who they were and know only Namiria. Ancient Khajiit knew her as Urdra, a term also used to describe Nocturnal. It implies that the owner of the title is the eldest and most powerful of the Daedric princes. Hermaeus Mora is similarly called the Urdaedra, or elder than Ada. Namiria's followers and the priesthood of the Arche have clashed on multiple occasions in the past. Namiria counts Azura, the Twilight Cantors, Kinarthi, and Eberron among her enemies. Her summoning day is Murkos Day, the 9th of second seed.